Welcome back. We are on the final day, day 10 of our Eye of the Dragon project. So that means it's turn-in day. Yay. So I'm just going to walk you through step by step all of the little details of turning in this project to make sure you get maximum points. So here we go. First and foremost, for your the pictures that we expect in your art journal, there should be 3, okay? 2 of the dragon eye itself, 1 that's just like the whole picture, and 1 that's like zoomed in on your favorite part where it shows like color gradient. So kind of look around your dragon eye and like your favorite part where you're like, oh, I really like how my color gradient turned out here. Get a close-up of that, okay? And then the third picture is going to be one of your mini projects. So it could be from the scavenger hunt. Remember when we did that? We kind of like cool colors, warm colors. It could be from your dragon egg that you made. It could be one of your practice dragon eyes. So any of those mini projects that we did the first half of this project, choose one and we'll use that for this as well. Of course, if you've got, extra credit, add that in too. I know there are a lot of extra credit options for this particular project. You could have done them all. You could have chosen 1 or 2. Maybe you chose none. Either way, put those in. Remember, it is still a maximum though of 45 out of 40 for this project. So just wanted to refresh our memories on that. So without further ado, let's head on into our art journal. And you can see mine is here. First things first, always make sure that you add up your total time spent. I still see some people not quite adding this up correctly. It should be out of all of these, like from in-class and out-of-class time, all of it. Add it all up together. You can either put it in minutes or hours, doesn't matter to me, but just make sure you're adding it up and putting that time in here. Remember, it's 1 point for every hour. So if you are missing any hours, like let's say you did 8 hours instead of 10 hours. Okay, that just means we'd max out at 38 out of 40 without extra credit. So it's still a really good grade, right? You're still doing all right. But just make sure you add it up. And then also, if you don't add it up, you do lose that point for not adding it up as well. So just make sure, take the extra 30 seconds, add it up. Get that in there. So that's worth our first 10 points up here, our time spent. All right, next I said we need three pictures. The first one is going to be of our dragon eye. And of course, by now we know there's lots of ways we can add pictures in, right? We can take a photo with a phone, email it to ourselves, and then open it up in there, copy, paste, download, put it to your Google Drive. Oh my goodness, there's so many ways. The easiest way, of course, is insert image and use camera. It's not usually the best photo quality off of these cameras, but it'll do the trick. So get that picture in there. And then remember that close-up as well that we talked about. Get that in there. Make sure these are nice and big so I can see them. If they're teeny tiny like this, it's going to be real hard for me to see what's going on there. So make sure it's full size. And then of course, out of your 3 projects, pick your favorite, or out of all the projects, I should say, not your 3 projects, but out of all the projects, the mini projects we did, pick your favorite and add that photo on in here as well. So dragon egg it is. There we go. So that is worth 20 out of the 40 points. Now, of course, if you also did any of those extra credit ones, make sure you're making room for that. Maybe I make these ever so slightly smaller. And maybe, maybe you did a video of the color wheel spinning really fast, turning white. You could just put the link in there. Just make sure if you're doing like a video or a link to something else in here, make sure you check the share settings on whatever that video or picture or whatever it is. Make sure you check the share settings and that I'm going to be able to view it. So you can choose anyone with the link can view, or anyone at RVA with the link can view. You can type in my name, doesn't matter, but just make sure I can actually see it so you get the points for it, okay? Otherwise, if it is just a photo, add it on in, just like we've done with these. All right, so potentially worth up to 25 out of 20 points here. Our final 10 points comes from the questions down below. So you can see this first question's worth 5 points, the second question's worth 5 points. So first question, in your own words, explain what a color gradient is and some of the things you should know when making one. So like, what do we talk about during this project? How do we make a color gradient? What exactly is it? What does it look like? What should we know to do and not to do? Answer those. If you ever need to make this text box bigger, feel free to do so. Last question for 5 points. What was your favorite part of this project, or what do you think could be improved? How did you grow as a student and an artist? So once again, like, my favorite part was something, something, something. I grew by doing this, this, and this, or I learned this. Either way, get those filled out as well. We just maximized our points. Let's go earn them. Let's go get them. So come on in to Buzz. You can go to your to-do list or wherever you're at. Click on the class is another way. Scroll on down until we see our Eye of the Dragon and turn in. I click on that. Mine's grayed out because I am a teacher, not a student, so it's not going to let me submit it, but you would. You would click there, find your art journal, and hit submit my work. Boom, done. Easy as that. I should also mention, though, because I know how cool some of these are turning out, don't forget that if you would like to, you may also add your artwork into the Hall of Fame. So go ahead and click on the link in our slides or landing page, wherever you want to. Claim your frame by putting in your name and add your artwork. You can add in your extra credit. You can add in, multiple pictures of your eye. Anything that you are proud of from this project, go ahead and add it on in here. Also, please remember, do not touch anyone else's slide because I've always got that power to go file and version history and see version history. I'm not going to click on this, but over on the right hand side it'll literally pop up exactly what every single person did at what second they did it. So just don't mess with anyone else's ever. I know it's not intentional most times, but we just don't want to have anyone get in trouble. So like, don't move their slide around, don't touch, you can comment and say like good work if you want to, like definitely leave praise for other people, that's okay, but don't like move anything around on their slide or move their slide to a different position. We'll just leave other people's stuff be, okay? So just wanted to remind us of that. And that's it. So yeah, we're done with project 5. We're gonna be looking at the next project soon on our following class. So I can't wait to chat more about that and keep on having more fun with you guys. And I can't wait to see how all of these turn out.